Good morning. How are you this morning? Ooh, my light's going crazy whenever I move my computer. It's almost time for Healing with the Blues. You ready? Healing with the blues. That's right. I'm healing with the blues. I've got nothing left to lose. That's why I'm healing with the blues. Such a pain inside. The love that's there for me, I have denied. I've never had the blues this long, this deep, this wide. That's why I'm healing with the blues. Hey, how are you today? Are you doing well? Shoot me a message. Let me know how you're doing. You can put it right in the comments. I have a little filter on. It's giving me real rosy cheeks. But that's okay. Oh, the dog's excited because Ed just walked in the door. He wants to get to the Ed. Oh, he's kind of freaking out, so hang on one just a second. Let me let him out. There he is. How's your day going today? I know for some of you it's really early, and for some of you it's in the afternoon. If you're in the UK, it's in the afternoon. And it's a good time to do some healing. It's always a good time to do healing. We can do healing, it's always available. All we have to do is put our attention on what we want and send that rocket of desire into the universe. So today we're going to talk about what story you've been telling over and over again. Hi Kirsten, how are you? We're going to tell what is the story you've been telling over and over. What story do you keep telling yourself about yourself? Maybe not be true. Maybe it's not 100% true. Maybe you don't know if it's 100% true or not. But here's the thing. When we keep telling stories about ourselves over and over again, it goes into our subconscious, it goes into our field of energy, and then we start to attract that story to us to show us how right we are. So watch what stories you're telling about yourself. Watch what keeps showing up over and over again in your conversation. That's what you need to heal. That's what happens. You keep telling it because you need it healed. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But first I want to just introduce you. If you haven't been here before, we have a bunch of new members that have joined our group. Healing with the Blues is a group for live healing sessions. And in these live healing sessions, we actually would love, hi Rita, nice to have you here. We would actually love to have you participate, because participation in life is really how you get all the goodies. So when I'm asking you to do certain things during this, like put yes in the comments and say yes out loud, go ahead and do them, even if you're watching in a replay. And by the way, if you're watching in a replay, like after we're doing this live and it's still up, I want you to put hashtag, the cross symbol, like that, hashtag, and replay in the comment section so I know you were there. It's important for us to have participation in this group because that enhances the healing. When we're all together and we're doing healing together and we are in concert with each other, it makes for a beautiful harmony. And so I want to encourage you to please participate in this group. So you noticed the other day, maybe you didn't, that I put up a post asking you what's your favorite lyric from a song that always brings you joy. And we have a fabulous playlist going on here. It's really great. You are a handful, Ed. I'm a handful? Yes, you are a handful. So I want you to check out that post because there's some fabulous songs on there that some of them you probably haven't heard before, some of them you have, and add yours. What's a song that always brings you joy, or a piece of music that brings you joy? So it could be joy, which is, I think it's Bach, right? So I want you to imagine that you're like participating and then actually do it, actually participate. Healing Them with the Blues started because 27 years ago, last week, my husband and I had a baby that was stillborn. It was our first son. His name was Edward Oliver English, and he was stillborn. And I made a decision to look for the joy in that situation instead of the sadness, because it was already sad, didn't need to look for that. So let's find where the joy is in every situation was my kind of my credo. And I asked God to put me where I needed to be for healing. And I am so excited that what happened was I was drawn to the Mississippi Valley Blues Fest. I had a major healing experience with the Blind Boys of Alabama in the tent stage. And later, with my husband, who is a bass player, we put together a band. He'd been playing blues bass for years and years and years, and we put together a band 8 years ago, the Tanya English Band. You can find that on Facebook. We just did a gig the other day that I put live video up for, so you can see that. This is what we do in action, and you can check that out. And so we started playing blues music, and I started experiencing the healing power of blues music myself. And then people that were coming to the gigs and to the shows, good morning, Annie, nice to have you here, we're also receiving healing. So I went on a 5-day silent meditation retreat, and God said, you need to put this all together. So healing with the blues, here we are. Everybody who plays blues music, is a blues musician, knows that blues is a healer. And the reason why it's a healer is because we can identify our feelings through blues music and know that we are not alone. Someone else has also been through this experience that we're having. So it's a wonderful way to really have a bit of a cathartathon when you're playing blues music. And it just can bring out so much in your life and bring it up to the light. So we always want to be bringing what we need healed to the light. So I want to ask you, and you can put it in the comments if you'd like to participate, that would be great. I'd like to ask you to think for a moment, take a deep breath, and let yourself relax where you are right now. And think about, what's the story you keep telling about yourself that is holding you back? What's the story that you keep telling yourself that is meant for you to feel negative about? So it might be like, well, I had this terrible relationship and it lasted forever, and now I don't have any good relationships with the opposite sex, with a partner. So my partner relationships are not good because there aren't any good people out there. That's one thing I hear from people. What's another story that you tell about yourself, maybe not putting you in a good light, but something negative that happened that you keep talking about? And here's why I want you to write it out, because somebody in here has had the same experience. And to have that continually going into your mind. So there's a story that I used to tell about myself called How Am I Gonna do that? How am I gonna make this happen? How is that gonna work? How? It was always how. I gotta figure this out. So one of the things that I've learned over the many years of healing that I've been doing, and I've been doing healing for about 35 years. Wow. I should know something by now, right? One of those things is that the story that you're telling about yourself, that you're telling about your wound, is actually keeping you in that wound. Yep, I can never win. I never get what I want. That's right. People say that. They say it all the time. Why would you keep saying that to yourself? And if I don't take care of this, no one else will. Yep. Those are things people say. Anybody else have that? Raise your hand. You can put a little emoji in that has your hand raised if you want, or a like. Yeah. No one else will do it. Here's mine. I'm surrounded by idiots. My sister and I say that to each other. Are you surrounded by idiots? Yes, I'm surrounded by idiots. I'm the only one that knows how to do anything, right? How am I gonna? And I'm the only one that knows. Yep. Thank you, Teresa. Yep. It's amazing what we tell ourselves. Like, who would want to hear that? Well, we don't need to hear that. I can never win. I never get what I want. No. Don't keep saying that. I know. When you're saying it out loud and when you're typing it out, it's like, wow, I really am owning this, that this is my reality. And I don't want this to be my reality. I don't want it to be that I'm the only one that can do it. I want assistance. But it may be that underneath that, we'll just go with that one because I've had that too. I can never win. And also, if I don't take care of this, no one else will. Well, is it really true? And does it really matter? Those are the two things that we want to ask ourselves. Is it really true? And does it really matter? We used to say, is this the hill I want to die on today? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So what would be the opposite story? What would be the opposite story? I have all the assistance I need to carry out whatever it is I want to do. Whatever I want to achieve, assistance is available. It's always available to me. I don't have to figure things out. I just have to rely on God's understanding. I don't need to understand it. It's okay if I don't understand it. It's okay if I don't figure it out. I just need to know that God knows. How about that? How about it's effortless and easy? How about that? All of these things can be true, right? It depends on how you look at it. When you're repeating this story to yourself about yourself, and then you're telling other people about it, you're really driving it in there. You're really just hammering it in. And what happens when you do that? It starts to show up in your life like that because, of course, you're right. Right? If you think you can and you think you can't, you're right. You're right. No matter what you think, you're right. So why not turn it into something that is actually supportive and uplifting and lets you off the hook? So you don't have to be holding the bag all the time. That was another one. I'm always holding the bag. I'm always holding the bag. I was talking about this with a client yesterday, and when we decided that the bag should have in it all the assistance that you need. So great, hold the bag and all the assistance is in there, and you just keep pulling assistance out of that bag. You just keep pulling assistance out of that bag. Hi, Dee Dee. So maybe you're left holding a bag, but the bag is filled with assistance. The bag is filled with ease. The bag is filled with people who have their genius and they get to use their genius on your behalf. So I'm not great at everything, although I think I should be. I think I'm great at, I can do that, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. In my mind, I think, yeah, I can do that. Then I go to do it and I realize, I kind of don't know what I'm doing. Because that's the kind of personality I have. I think I can do it all. But what if I don't? What if I can't do it all? What if I actually can't change the roof on my house? I need like an actual roofer to do that. I'm not going to go up on the roof and take off the old shingles and put down new ones. That's not my job. My genius is doing healing. My genius is finding out when I'm working with somebody, what is the bottom line here that we need to clear up so that they can be free? That's my genius. Letting God, source energy, move through me and work through me. That's my genius. So would it be okay for me to allow somebody else's genius to work on something that I need done? Like a new roof for my house? I think so. Raise your hand if you believe that. Because when I'm honoring my genius and I'm honoring someone else's genius at what they do, thank you. Hi, Cindy. Then actually what's happening is I'm creating a community. I'm creating cooperation. I'm allowing those people to come in and use their genius, and I'm honoring their genius, and I'm honoring my own genius by saying that's something I can't do or something I don't know. Hi, Jenny. Glad you're here. So what happens is we allow ourselves to keep saying these stories of what we can't do, what we don't have, what we have to do out of obligation, not out of love, out of obligation. If I don't do it, no one else will. That's obligation. Then we don't have this opportunity to let more love in. And we're also creating more of what we don't want. which is that we have an experience of staying small, staying down, and that can go into physical dis-ease that turns into disease, right? That's why people come into the chiropractor. Something doesn't feel right. They don't come in when they're feeling well, like they should. I'll use the word should in that instance. You should come in when you're feeling well so that we can keep you feeling well. That way we can clear up stuff before it becomes a problem. Wouldn't that be a lot easier than going up and then down again and up and then down again, then up and then down again? You want to just kind of maintain. Yes, there's going to be ebb and flow in life. But when you start changing these stories over to, I can call in assistance for what I need. I can delegate what I'm doing. I can allow others to help me. I can just let God show me how in the moment, which is what I do when we're doing these live healings. I'm just allowing God to show me in the moment what is needed here today. So I want you to drop your stories for a minute. Just a minute. You can pick them up later if you want. I bet you won't want to, though. So I want you to just drop your stories for a minute. Take a deep breath in. Bring that story right up to the front, but you're not going to go into it deeply, okay? And you're going to actually breathe through it and let, what's the opposite? What's the good that could come out of that? So for those of you that posted in here that said what your story was, think about it for a moment. And then if you can think of it, post in what is the story that you would rather tell. What's the story you would rather tell? Oops, my light's going on and off. Ah. No, it's really bright. What's the story you would rather tell about yourself that may be the opposite of what you had before? So just pop those in. I may be able to see them, I may not, because there's a lag time here, but I'm kind of watching what's going on here. So let's see, what did Ed write? What are you thinking about? Yeah, if you heard the conversation. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Ed. So Ed and I are driving in the car, and he looks over at me and goes, what are you thinking about? Because I have apparently an expression on my face that makes him wonder. And I said to him, if you heard the conversation I'm having in my head right now, you would turn around and walk out. I was being so mean to myself. I was being so rude to myself, stuff that I would never say to myself. Excuse me, or anybody else. See what's happening? I'm thinking about it, and it's making me cough. That's how it works. That's how fast it works. Thinking about something nasty. I don't even remember what I was thinking. It's probably berating myself for my parenting skills. Who's done that? Anybody? I'm telling you, you could do that. Yes, I'm being taken care of. Excellent. That's great, Annie. That's wonderful. I'm being taken care of. Yes. I'm having so much fun in my life. I have everything I require to live with ease. Yes, Rita. Rita had a tie-dye party over at her place the other day. It was so much fun. I got to color. It was great. So think of these things. Okay, good. So now I want you to say yes in the comments if you deserve an instant healing. Say yes in the comments. Say yes out loud. Say yes if you want an instant healing right now. And say yes if you believe an instant healing is possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to change what prevents you from changing that story to something that's uplifting and supportive. We're going to change what prevents you from changing that story to something uplifting and supportive. Those two things that Annie and Rita wrote. Okay, so say yes in the comments, say yes out loud, and I will go up and change that right now. And you'll get this on replay too, so if you're watching the replay, make sure to say yes. feel that? Do you feel that? That good feeling. Just feels like, yeah. Everyone deserves to have what they want, what their desire is. Jen, you're so funny. She put in the words, yes, out loud. No, you just say it out loud. Oh, you're cracking me up. Teresa, you deserve it. You deserve every good thing. Why do you think you're here on earth? Why do you all think you're here on earth? Do you think you're here to suffer? Or is this your playground that's been built just for you so you can look at everything and try everything and see all the different contrasts of what's going on? Hi, Francis. Francis is in the UK. Thanks for showing up. What are you here for? What do you think your purpose is? Anybody that's been working with me has a postcard that they get, and you all have seen it because I've shown it to you many times. Whoops, throwing stuff on the floor now. You're a divine expression of unconditional love. There's you. There's your higher self beaming in and out. Those beams go in and out. There's you standing on the ground, protected, loved. Yes, that's you, protected and loved, because you're a divine expression of unconditional love. Yes. How about you tell that story? Why don't you tell that story? How about this one? Want to tap on this? Let's tap on this affirmation that's on the back of this postcard. If you want a postcard, you got to send me your address if I don't have it. I accept life. I accept life. Tap right here. I accept life and I take it in easily. I accept life and I take it in easily. I am worthy of all good things. I am worthy of all good things. I am deeply grateful for all I create and all I receive. Right. I accept life and I take it in easily. I am worthy of all good things. I am deeply grateful for all I create and all I receive. Nice deep breath. So are you ready to create some beautiful things in your life? Because I'm going to encourage you to use this group to write those things that you want to receive. Because when you put them in writing and other people witness them, right? Where two or more are gathered, there I am also, then you're much more likely to receive it. Much more likely to receive it. Are you clear about what you want? You'll get clearer as you keep asking for what you want. And then at the end of that, hi Erin, glad you're here. And at the end of asking for what you want, I want you to put these words: this or something better. This or something better. Let God's imagination work on that too. So you're not just doing it by yourself. You're not just sending it out there into the ether. There's other people that will read it, they'll take it in. And I've done a little video on this, I'll post it soon, about what happens when someone holds your dream in the light and how much bigger and how much more powerful your energy is and how it grows. So when you're putting in this comments here, or I'll put another post up where you can share what it is that you really want in your life. What is your heart's desire? And let other people see it and write it out, typing it out, and then write it by hand, put it somewhere where you can see it. When you're putting that out there like that, it's so much easier for the universe, God, source energy, to start creating it for you. So just like you go to your favorite restaurant and you look at the menu and they have all kinds of wonderful things on the menu and you decide which things you want and you put your order in with the wait staff, and then you sit and wait expectantly for the wonderful thing that's coming. And then you can add to the waiter, or just tell the chef whatever they want to do would be great, because I know they're wonderful. The chef is amazing. We have the best chef in the world, in the universe, in the multiverse. So you can put in what you want and say this or something better. What do you have in mind for me? I'd love to see that. Because God only wants to increase us. We're like the perfect children. We get whatever we want. Be specific about what you want and be clear about what you want, and then expectant waiting. Knowing that there's stuff going on in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, there's stuff going on back there. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't even know what they're doing, but I know it's going to be wonderful. And I'm going to get a surprise because I said this or something better. Because it'll be so awesome. I won't be able to miss it. It'll be so obvious to me that it's for me, that it's mine. It'll be so obvious I can't miss it. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful ahead of time. I'm just going to be grateful ahead of time and just let that happen. Yes. Yes. That's right. Because you are one with the Creator. I don't think so, Francis. I think there could be nothing better than that. Thank you for writing that. That's beautiful. And I'm so glad you're here. So, tapping on that affirmation, if anything came up for you, I'm going to encourage you to go on Messenger and set up a time to chat with me. You can go to Quantum Healing International website and set up a chat there. You can go to Healing with the Blues and set up a chat with me there. Those will be those 15-minute chats that we get together and we just talk about what your needs are. What you get to talk. You just get to talk to me. Tell me what you need, and then I can share with you how we can do a step or two, right? And bring you a little bit closer to what you want, and let the universe, God, source, energy know that that's what you want. So if you're willing to do that, and I know some of you are ready, willing, and able, just go ahead and do that. Get that time. I put it in a scheduler because my schedule's starting to get full, and I want you to have the time that you need. So those are the 15-minute chats. If you decide you want to do more than that, the next selection you could make would be to do an intuitive energy scan. Now, there is a cost for that, and you'll see that in the scheduler. But in the intuitive energy scan, what I'm going to do is read your chakra energy. That banner there's all the chakras. That's spiritual energy. It's like your energy skeleton. So I can see what's going on intuitively, and I'll give you information about what I'm seeing for you. A lot of times, it's really amazing what happens because it's like being seen for real for the first time. So we see you in a very holistic way, in a very energetic way. And it's a beautiful thing because everybody's so amazing. There's so much there. So that would be the next level. And then we can decide from there what would be a next step for you. And you get to pick, and you get to allow yourself to have healing during all of those points. So during the 15-minute consult, during the intuitive energy scan, and then beyond, we're always going to be doing healing just like we are right now. Doing healing every moment. I'm so glad that you were with me today. If you're watching this on replay, just put #replay in the comments, and whatever other comment you want to make, that's fine. And I want you to remember that the stories that you tell about yourself are going to come true. They really will. Especially if you put expectant energy on them. So when I'm talking to somebody and they say something like always and never, I'm going to stop them right there and say, is that really true though? So we're going to find out what's underneath that, what's driving that belief. Because some beliefs that you have aren't helpful. They're not supporting you. They're tearing you down. And some of them are an ancestral level, and they're stuck in your DNA because it's been going on for so long. Anybody here Irish? Anybody? Everybody is, right? Anybody here been through a famine? Right? Think about that. the desperation, the lack, right? Everybody in this country, especially people who were brought here against their will, especially populations that were decimated, we all have something in our DNA that's telling us, no, this isn't going to happen. You can't survive this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge those beliefs that are held in the DNA, and we're going to clear them out. And that's what happens when we're doing healing. We're clearing it on every level that there is. And there's a lot of them. So you can feel squeaky clean and ready to stand right in front of source energy and say, this is what I want. This is what I want. And I'm really clear about it. And I'm so grateful that it's already happening. And so I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful for you being here with me today. Because this is one of the things that I want to do, is bring healing to more and more and more people. So tell your friends they can join this group. I'm not going to let them in if they don't give me their challenge. And it could be something really general. They don't have to go into a lot of detail. Their email, their phone number, their Instagram if they have one, so that we can get in touch and so that we can have this conversation for healing to happen. So they're going to have to answer questions to get into the group. Make sure you tell them that. But bring more people with you so we can have more healing happening. I was in a retreat last week, and we're going a little over, and then we're going to do a prayer. I was in a retreat last week with almost 1,000 women who all want to up-level. What does that feel like? To be in a group of over almost 1,000 women who want to up-level? It's exciting. It's uplifting. It's supportive. It's community. It's cooperation. It's gifts. That's what we want. That's what a lot of people want. We're tired of the old way. We want the new way. And the new way is survival of the cooperative. That we all cooperate together to make our communities better. To uplift our communities. To have more love. More success. For everyone. And it doesn't mean that someone else has to lose for someone else to win. No, no. Everybody can win. And when we all win, life is but a dream. So, let's do a prayer. Take that deep breath all the way up into the center of the universe, wherever that is, up through all the layers and levels, up through the crown chakra. And as you exhale this time, let that energy come back down through all layers, all levels, down through all the chakras, down through the center of your body, down through your feet into the core of the earth. As I say these words in the I am, God is all there is, love is all there is, light, life, and source energy is all there is. And I recognize right here and right now that I'm one with God, love, light, life, and source energy. And I'm never, ever separated from this energy. And if I feel separated, all I have to do is breathe in, inspiration, and exhale, gratitude. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be able to put my attention on what I want, what my desires are, and to be clearer and clearer and clearer about what it is I want for myself, for my friends, for my family, for the world, for the earth, for the universe. I get to be very clear about that. And then at the end of that, I get to say this or something better, because maybe my imagination doesn't go far enough, and that's okay. I can do what I can do. And that's a wonderful thing. And I have all kinds of assistance and support around me. All I have to do is acknowledge it, and it shows up. I acknowledge the support and assistance around me. I acknowledge that there are those there who I can honor their genius by asking them to use it with me. And that supports my genius. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for all those here, every single person who hears these words, who watches this video, who comments, who sits back and allows this beautiful experience of healing to enfold them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for doing the healing today. Thank you for showing up, for participating. Even if you're on the replay, you're still participating. Thank you. I'm so grateful for that. Allow yourself to feel that feeling of support and nurturing and love. And I'm so, so grateful for that. I authorize my subconscious to let it be so, and I let it go, knowing that it's already done. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. And so it is. Have an awesome day. Healing with the blues. That's right, I'm healing with the blues. I've got nothing left to lose. That's why I'm healing with the blues. And here's a little extra for you. Think about this during the day. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. How about that? Have a great day.